What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. So, looks like we've got... Okay. Yeah, he needs to put those back. We have GC5Ds 1509 versus CameraTech 10 1422. It looks like we've got Chain Beat, which is that's the reason that prompted me to record this. And CameraTech is probably playing Sylvans. He opens with Lone Fire Blossom. And then he went Lone Fire, that got torrential, and then GC brought out Thunderbird, and it looks like he's going to go Lone Fire for Hermitry. Now he can't tack, obviously, and he didn't get double Lone Fire, so I mean that was good at least. Looks like he's going to get blasted with that effect. Hopefully he misses. Oh lord, he's probably going to win. That's a free Felgrand basically. That's the one card that you could not see if you were GC5Ds. I don't think control decks. The only control deck I personally believe should go first is like Hat. That's because Hat can be so proactive. Not only can you search a free bottomless, but then you have Artifact Sanctum to just get rid of monsters. So it's like you could potentially be sitting on 2 destructive cards without your opponent necessarily needing to attack or do anything else. And you see, like, he's just going to nuke his entire field with Heretic Heliopolis. And he loses D-Prison, Mirror Force. Okay. He's going to lose Seal the Orichalcos. Now, personally, again, it might seem like bad sportsmanship. You guys might hate it when I say this, but I don't like when people don't scoop to this. So, the Seal the Orichalcos isn't actually destroyed. Yeah, I guess people don't read it. But I mean, I guess hypothetically, I don't know what you can make here. You don't say 101 to steal this because he already has Blaster locked and loaded in his graveyard. And if you can't special summon, I don't know. I mean, you could go Car D, I guess. That's the only thing that really makes sense. But all your opponent really has to do is, okay, never mind. He had breakthrough skill on top of that. That's just, you can't beat that. That's too good. What I was going to say is, either way, your opponent can just say, alright, well, I'll just attack Thunderbird, and I'll just leave you with an open field, you know. Granted, if you go Blaster, I guess they can banish Thunderbird, but I don't know. I just don't really see this. And this is a dragon, right? Yeah, that's a dragon. So when this dies, it's even more food for Blaster, too. I'm surprised he's activating the effect, to be honest, because I expect GC to just chain. Oh, okay, he's tributing himself. And then he's going to soul charge. I'm even more shocked that he didn't activate the effect of Thunderbird. Alright, so I was going to say, imagine you get Lone Fire to... Damn, 5,000? Okay. I don't know if I went with 5,000. I thought you would have been good with a Felgrand and a Hermitry, but I guess... he didn't see it that way. Whatever. Okay, so CameraTech takes game 1, obviously. I think if I'm GC5Ds, I bring in the Cavalry. I take out Orichalcos because you're not going to win this match via beat sticks. I think that I bring in... I take out all those reactive traps, the Mirror Forces and the D-Prisons. Those are not really good against this deck. I bring in nothing but reactive based traps, but reactive based traps to summons / effects. I know that Mirror Force and Dimensional Prison are reactive based traps, but I'm talking about the reactive based traps that I'm talking about are like Trap Tricks Nightmare, Void Trap Hole, stuff like that. I think that the 3 Maxis are mandatory. Probably DD Crow / Skullmeister. Well, no, you have to go DD Crow because if you're playing Seal the Orichalcos, then soul charging for Skullmeister really doesn't do anything. I mean, I guess you get a beater. He chose to go first again. I'm not crazy about going first for this deck. He goes for Terraforming. I don't really see what the Seal of the Orichalcos does against Sylvans. And I would never want to get a deck. I would never want to give a deck that is known to brick an extra card so they don't brick. Like, Sylvans brick so fucking hard. I feel like you can go first. That's fine. I mean, unless you soul charge me, I'm going to fuck your field up anyway. Okay, he goes for Black Garden this time. Okay, now Black Garden is different. Black Garden can actually do some disruptive shit. Docility or Calcos, I don't know about that. Okay, so he opens up with Banisher, Black Garden. That's actually really good. I'm trying to think. Flower Knight, I think, is 18, right? So I think Flower Knight can attack over it. We see an Upstart. That gets banished. Kari Bandit. Won't all the cards get excavated to the banish zone and then you won't get one? Oh, no, wait. I think it doesn't say to the graveyard. Does it? Excavate the top 5? Yeah, okay. So you get that at anything. It doesn't even matter if they're banished or not. So he's going to take Charity. Everything else gets banished. GC5Ds gets a token. Crazy thing is, he kind of has 2,400 damage on board. Blind MST on the Decree. And if I'm 5Ds, I'm loving my position. As far as I'm concerned, all I need really is one beater. Oh no, well, I guess your opponent does get the token and your monster is decreased. But you can still beat over the token with Banisher. I was just thinking about the damage. Okay, so he goes Thunderbird, who, by the way, is bigger than any token. So I think he's going to go, yeah, Banisher beat. That's 800. 800 from the token, and then 825 from the Thunderbird. He needs a defensive card, though. And he doesn't have any defense. I was going to say an average defensive card, and he'd be okay. He needs to activate this guy right here. Personally, I would. I feel like there's no downside to that. All right, so he puts Hermitry on top and Spore. Question is, how's he going to get any of those cards to the graveyard? Okay, so he's activating Terraforming. This is where these new rules get so good. Because he would lose his Black Garden, he'd just lose everything. So you see that Thunderbird's going to activate its effect on the Terraforming. And there's not Sylvania. He sets 1, 2. I'm not a believer in your back row. I personally believe that it's probably, if it's not Breakthrough Skill, I don't care. That's just my opinion from GC. Because I'm going to ram this regardless. I don't even care if it's Kuroshimu. All your shit's getting banished anyway. Kuroshimu can live, but I'm still at advantage. Because this doesn't do anything. And as long as you can't mill, I'm good. So again, I feel like right here, this is Breakthrough Skill or Bust. And that's Cheruba Sprout? Yeah, okay, he ain't doing nothing. Attack, attack. That's another 24k. And he sets 1. If that's Royal Decree, you're still good. He's going to activate Mount Sylvania for a Blaster. I wonder if he has any other targets for a Blaster? Oh wait, okay. Wait. Is it has to be if you mill? Okay, my bad. Yeah, if it's not a plant, then you send it back. Okay, so it is Breakthrough Skill. He got me there. Well, again, I thought that it was pretty much if it's not Breakthrough Skill, it's Bust. Now, the one good thing about this is this potentially can turn 5Ds' if he has any hand traps, like a Maxi or something, it turns them on. So he puts Hermitry on top of his deck. Obviously, this dude wants to mill this turn. There's Cheruba Sprout. Wait, Princess Sprout, my bad. Princess Sprout. Okay, he gets a token. Hermitry triggers. And then she gets put on top of the deck. Now he gets to see 3 cards, although we know one of them is Princess Sprout. So he gets to pretty much arrange them in whatever order that he wants. Now he did actually use his normal summon. So, you know, like, I don't want to say Soul Charger Bust. There it is, Soul Charger Bust. Okay, so he gets Spore and Hermitry. Now, he knows what's on top of his deck, obviously. So, he's going to mill, and he's going to get himself a card, and he's going to get himself... Never mind, Trap Trick Strike, Trap Hole Nightmare. That's probably game. Now, that's what I'm talking about, 5Ds. I think the only traps you should be playing... Oh, okay, well, I guess it's not quite game. The only traps I think that he should be playing are those, like, reactive type traps. Okay, so, either way, she still came out. I guess he's going to Synchro for 8. I don't think any 8s make any inherent advantage. Like, you're not going to go Scrap Dragon. You're going to exceed. But... Wait, what? Isn't this 7? And the spore is 1? Doesn't that make 8? What did I miss? I'm like, wait, what did I miss? Because I thought that would make an 8. Okay, there it is. Crimson Blader. Okay. Alright, so basically he's betting the whole house on Felgrand. On saying, you can't kill my Felgrand. Felgrand will have half... Whoa. Felgrand will have half attack. Won't that motherfucker come out at like... Okay, so he's putting it in defense. I think this only chops attack. Yeah, okay, it only chops attack. I was like, wait a minute. Won't Felgrand only have like 1,400 attack? So, the fuck? The fuck is Felgrand going to do? He's just going to die. I mean, I don't know Felgrand's defense off the top of my head. I feel like it's 2,000 or like 20. I feel like it's between 2,000 and 2,200. I could just be making that up. Now, I think that Chain Beats, I think that it needs to run Artifact Sanctum. Like, I think that should be fucking staple in that deck. I mean, it just makes sense, doesn't it? Like, Chain Beat is all about instant removal. Having Artifact Sanctum, like, I'd run 3 Sanctums and 2 Maratak, because you're not gonna draw 3 Sanctums and just, I guess, hope that you don't draw your artifacts. I mean, but your backrow sometimes gets blown up. Okay, so looks like he's gonna trigger that effect. Everything gets banished. This gets banished too, by the way. Yeah, that gets banished too. Alright. He activates Miracle Fertilizer. Okay, I assume he's going to Breakthrough Skill now. No Breakthrough Skill. Alright. He's just going to attack. That's cool. I guess he figures he doesn't need to Breakthrough Skill if he's just going to attack. He's going to mill Cherub Sprout. Princess Sprout. Why do I keep saying fucking Cherub Sprout? He gets himself a draw. Uh-oh, he could run this back. This could be bad. There's Felgrand. So, now Felgrand is playing against a bazillion cards, but 5Ds for some reason doesn't seem to have, I guess, any live card, or maybe he just has all monsters in his hand or something like that. But he either doesn't play hand traps or doesn't believe in them, or he has another field spell or something. He's looking at his extra deck. I don't know. It's pretty hard to exceed to trust any exceed over to get over Felgrand single-handedly. It's really difficult. It's a really difficult job. Now, it'd be awesome if he had like, well, I don't know. It's with no traps. It's really difficult to get rid of Felgrand. I was thinking if you could somehow play like a creature swap and then like play evac or something like that, but with no other cards, I don't know. And Felgrand's attack is so freaking high. And not to mention, you still have to get rid of the Miracle Fertilizer. Okay, so he's going to get rid of Miracle Fertilizer regardless. He's just going to ram Ice Hand into it. Which, this is good, because number one, he baits out the Felgrand. Okay, so he loses 1,400. Miracle Fertilizer goes down. Now I feel like he's back in the game. Even with all of those cards, Felgrand can put a whooping on your opponent. I mean, he can summon Fire Hand in defense mode. Okay, that's what he's going to do. I mean, basically, his opponent has to draw an out to it. I just think that 5Ds is like the worst hand imaginable. He's going to activate Mount Sylvania. Which milled, I don't even know what this is. Sylvan Assassination? Look like I said Snap Assassination. Snap Dressination? Dressination Gone? I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. I know I mispronounce names. I've never seen that card in my life. Okay, so down goes Thunderbird. And down goes the token. And Kari Bandit is going to activate its effect. I don't think Kari Bandit should be able to attack in the turn that it uses its effect. He's going to take Miracle Fertilizer. That's the only card he can take. And Kuroshimu isn't going to do anything. Now, 5D still has not yet baited out that Felgrand effect. So he has to counter a Miracle Fertilizer. He sets 1. Sets 2. That's what he needs. He needs some traps. Alright, Mount Sylvania will trigger. He has not milled a Flower Knight yet. Okay, that was obviously not a plant. Goes back to the bottom. Started at the bottom, now we're here. Started at the bottom, now we're here. Alright, so Felgrand can kill the Fire Hand. He'll have to use one of his negations. And he'll put himself, I guess, at risk at this point of like a Fiendish Chain or something. Okay, so you see Hermitry discarded for maybe the 3rd Princess Sprout? Okay, for Kuroshimu. Maybe he wants to draw Kuroshimu, or maybe he wants to... okay, I guess he wants to mill it and try and get rid of the back row. Ah, there's the Maxi. Finally. So, this will probably be all the summoning he does. And there's the Fiendish Chain. Very smart. Which means that Felgrand will probably have to use its effect. Which, in essence, would lock out Chimera's. It would lock out his battle phase for the turn, because you're not going to attack a random back row knowing that could be Fire or Ice Hand, because you got live cards on board. Either your Sylvania is going to get blown up, or your Fertilizer is going to get blown up. Okay, he has to use it on himself, and he attacks into a random back row, and he loses Hermitry. Okay. And Fiendish Chain goes down, and there goes Fertilizer. I don't think that was a very smart decision. I mean, I think Chimera's was just in a bad position anyway, but I don't know. The only monsters that I would presume that you're going to set in 5D's deck is either Fossil Diner or Hands, and either way, they're going to blow up something. Alright, so down comes Thunderbird. He's got it. He can go 101. And wait, no, not 101, because then what's it called? Felgrand would use its effect on itself. I guess he can go Heartland Draco. Yeah. Heartland Draco, and you can activate the effect. And that's what he does. Yep. He goes Heartland Draco. Your opponent has to negate it. Oh yeah. He won. The tokens have attack. Yeah. He won. Heartland Draco. Okay, Fire Hand crash. Put all. Whoa, dude. Put your tokens in attack mode. Okay, whatever. I guess if he gets the 3rd Ice Hand, he wins the game anyway. 3rd, 2nd Ice Hand, whatever. But what I was thinking is, I was like, wait a minute, don't those tokens have like 800 attack? Like, I mean, come on, that's 1600 attack. You know, don't leave game off board. But I guess it really didn't matter as long as he had the Ice Hand. Now, 5Ds will definitely be going second. I like what he did in that matchup. I mean, I like what he did in that game. I still think if he's not playing Artifact Sanctum, I don't know, I feel like he might be messing up. But I like the Fossil Dyna. The hands did work. I would probably side out one of my Thunderbirds. The card it's really only good in this matchup if you have Black Garden. And I would take Orichalcos out completely. Black Garden actually put in some work in that matchup. Still, the Orichalcos put in 0 work. And you definitely have to have the maxis. Again, I think Sylvans is all about disruption, you know, DD Crow and hand traps and stuff like that. And a good portion of it is, you know, hoping your opponent bricks. And this deck does brick a consistent amount. Alright, so he's starting off with Sylvania. I mean, like, let's say he's got Lone Fire plus another plant. Okay, then he has turn 1 Felgrand and he has the fucking nuts. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you can't help that. Or if he has Soul Charge plus, like, Sylvania, man, you can't help that shit. He puts Kuroshimu on top, and then he sets one. Like, right here, I think that this is bricking for Sylvans. If all you got was, you went neg 1 on your Mount Sylvania, and then you went, I mean, you went neg 1 and all you set was 1 back row, like, to me, that's bricking. I've got more cards than you, and you went neg 1 on top of that. You only got 4 fucking cards, and I know the top card of your deck. That's bricking. People think, you know, like, that's an opening play. No, it's not. Because I can just play around your back row. I can have a hand trap. I can get rid of Sylvania, and then all you have is Kuroshimu, which I can counter with a breakthrough skill or a Fiendish or a Diamond Direwolf. I don't know. To me, I felt like that's bricking to me. Okay, Banisher. And this is good because he puts him in a position to where I guess he won't mill during the end phase. I'd attack. I mean, you're not playing Deep Prison, so yeah, I was thinking it's breakthrough skill, so I might as well get my attack on. I might as well go ahead and get the free 1600 just to take less from soul charge, or just to put you more in danger of soul charge. That's just me personally. Like 5D should know by now that this deck doesn't play any reactive traps to battle phases. You don't play Mirror Force and Deep Prison and Sylvans, so he's going to attack. Now he does apparently. Wow, that's unfortunate for Chimera Tech. And it's really bad because he's still -2 in this duel. Or excuse me, I don't really know how to count it. I guess he's going to use breakthrough skill if he wants to mill with Hermitry. Okay, so he does use breakthrough skill. If he loses his Hermitry to a trap, he's fucking done. Unless he has soul charge. No, wait, he can't. He already tried to attack. I'm really hoping that 5Ds has a legitimate trap there, like a Book of Moon or just something. There's Torrential. Okay, so he uses it on the second Lone Fire. For some reason, I feel like he's going to summon another Banisher and attack. Okay, Duality, Maxi. Maxi and Fiendish both look good. I think I might trust Maxi more than Fiendish Chain because you can't pop my Maxi from from Mount Sylvania. You know what I mean? Fiendish stops an attack and that's great, but Maxi ensures me a card. Fiendish Chain does not assure me a card. Oh, card D, nice. So that's really good. He gets 2. Mount Sylvania is going to trigger. Yikes, Kurshumo gets nothing. I mean, you've really got to be feeling good if you're 5Ds. Not only do you have the counter to a potential soul charge play, which I'm not sure that Chimera even has, but I mean, you've got way more cards than your opponent. And you know that his Mount Sylvania probably isn't going to be doing a ton right now. I think that now with 5 cards to his 3 is where you have to mount. I don't know if I like this card play. With nothing on board, I don't know if I like this play. Like, maybe if you even set a bluff or something. Okay, hit Miracle Fertilizer. And right now, Chimera Tech is just whiffing on all of his mills. Not like you can control that. It almost looks like he put Miracle Fertilizer on the top of his deck. He did put it on top of his fucking deck. He totally did. Whoa. Whoa. Dude, he totally put that shit on the top of his deck. I swear to goodness, he put that. I swear to goodness, he put my Miracle Fertilizer on the top of his deck and not on the bottom. Now, if he put it on the bottom, excuse me for being wrong, but it really looked like he put it on the top of his deck. Okay, so he mills with Hermitry to get a draw. He specials. 5D is going to get a draw. I don't know if giving him all these cards for the Felgrand is the right play, mainly because he plays Fire and Ice Hand, and those can fuck up your day. Like, look how many cards 5Ds has. There's like 5,000 cards in his hand. Now, if he didn't play, you know, Ice Hand and Fire Hand, I'd be like, okay, go for it. But the fact that he does makes things a little different. I really think that he put the Miracle Fertilizer on top of his deck, though, and not at the bottom. You guys will be the judge of that. I'm just going to let the duel continue. I mean, nobody in the chat said anything about it, so I don't know what they're talking about. Okay, Seal of the Orichalcos is played. I don't really know if that makes if that makes a difference. Oh, okay, so he plays it on Ice Hand, so that'll take less damage, obviously. Ice Hand is 1900. That's legit. And he'll take 900. Obviously, he'll bring out Fire Hand in defense mode. It's good because, I mean, he got a +1. He took minimal damage. I just wonder if 5Ds is playing any traps in this deck. Like, maybe he doesn't know Chain Beat's supposed to be a pretty trap-heavy deck. I feel like he's just going to pass with no traps. I mean, I think that he should be walling up with like fucking 4 in the back row. No royal decree. Good night. Alright, Mount Sylvania during the end phase. Bricks again. Alright. This better go to the fucking bottom. Again, that appeared to go to the top, but whatever. It might just be something I'm missing. Okay, so we see a Phoenix chain on Hermitry. Wait a minute, does Mount send it to the top or the bottom? Choose one Sylvan card, place them on top during your end phase, excavate the top card. Oh, my bad, I'm lunching. You can place it at the top or the bottom. Okay, I'm retarded. But this whole time I'm calling this guy a cheater. You can place it, I thought it always went to the bottom. I usually see people put the card at the bottom, so that's my mistake. Alright, so Sylvan Charity, that's Cherub Sprout, right? Now, I think Cherub Sprout is the one that, what's it called? I think Cherub Sprout is the one that when you mill it, you get a level 1 monster to the field, which is usually Spore or like Spore or Princess Sprout. So he takes Soul Charge. At least you know it's coming. Yeah, at least you know the Soul Charge is coming, so you can prepare. He opts to take Spore, which I assume Spore will get attacked over. Now 5Ds, I mean, you know that the Soul Charge is coming. You have to adequately defend yourself. If you've got Maxi, obviously, that's a good card to have. I think that he just needs to do damage. You know what I mean? Now, actually, he does have the requisite beaters in his deck to get over this. Mainly because of this card right here, Yugioh. I mean, these guys are sitting on 2100. So he's going to attack, it looks like. And okay, I guess he's just gonna pass turn. BLS and Sylvans. Well, that's a new one. I'm not gonna go into further discussion. I don't want to make myself look stupid about BLS. Mainly just because, well, I think Cherub Sprout is light. He's either light or earth, but I feel like he's light. But where do the darks come from? I mean, he had that card, the like random one, the Snapdrasanagon. Snapdrasanagon. See, that's not a real word. I don't understand how I'm supposed to pronounce that right the first time seeing it when it's not a real word. Snapdrasanagon. That's not. I'm gonna Google that shit. That's not a real word. I bet you if I Google it, the first thing that's gonna come up is this fucking Yu-Gi-Oh card. All right, he goes for Princess Sprout, puts her on top. He clearly needs to bait out the back row. Okay, there's Charity. We know one of his cards to be BLS. I wouldn't be too concerned about BLS. I'll gladly exchange a Fire Hand for a BLS if you're not going to attack or anything like that. I'm concerned about the Soul Charge and nothing else. The BLS is not really any concern to me. I mean, I imagine you're going to summon it in defense anyway. Okay, so what are you going to do, Chimera Attack? Princess Sprout was on the top of your deck, but that might change. He does have Spore locked and loaded, so he might not have to use Soul Charge, because I think BLS is level 8, and then you can make Spore like level 8 in this deck so easily. Okay, so he plays Miracle Fertilizer. Princess Sprout is on top of his deck, by the way. Oh, Vanity's Emptiness. Holy clutch. That is clutch because we already know that that counters 2 cards in hand. That counters BLS and it counters Soul Charge as well. That is 2 cards countered. Dude, I just realized like 5 minutes ago I asked him if he was going to exceed, and then he has Sildor Calcos. I'm so dumb. I know someone commented, Cap, he cannot exceed, he has Orichalcos. I just realized it. Wow. I think he just countered his entire hand and field with 1 Vanity's Emptiness. And right now, it's looking like Beat Stick City. If nothing else, yeah, you just want to do as much damage as possible because you want to minimize Soul Charge damage. Oh wow, I just realized something else. I think he just stacked his deck with Sylvan Charity and he put another Sylvan on there. I think he's about to draw another Sylvan card, and I don't think that that's going to destroy Vanity's Emptiness. We could be looking at GG here. That Vanity's Emptiness just did work, like seriously, and he eats a mess of damage. And the first thing that he tries to do, I would imagine he's going to activate this card right here, just to get even more attack. And okay, Chimera Tech scoops it up. So thank you guys for watching as always. It's good to see Chain Beat is still alive. I mean, I thought the deck was not played at all. But man, Vanity's Emptiness pretty much did the job. Thank you guys for watching as always.